Hello everyone, I'm Zoe. Today, I will guide you through the steps to make a princess dress. The princess neckline design draws attention to the collarbones and chest. The dress is fitted to the waist and flares out at the skirt, making the wearer look slimmer at the waist, with clear curves that are very feminine. The pattern making guide and pattern can be found in the description box. This is a super cute and easy to follow design, so don't miss out on adding it to your wardrobe. Materials and tools. The main material is taffeta fabric. Taffeta fabric has a shiny surface, which adds a luxurious feel to the garment. Taffeta has a distinct structure that helps to maintain its shape well. It is lightweight and wrinkles less than some other types of fabrics. These properties make it popular for use in formal wear, such as evening gowns and wedding dresses. You should choose a lightweight or medium-weight fabric so that the design is not too stiff. Check your sewing machine needle. If the tip of the needle is no longer sharp, you need to replace it with a new one. If the needle is worn, it will damage your fabric. You will also need scissors and clips, a sewing machine, a top stitch foot, a 60 cm invisible zipper, a magnetic seam guide, and 1/5 inch, 5 mm, thick bra foam. The magnetic seam guide is a small, rectangular shaped magnet that is placed on the metal sewing machine bed, and it can be easily moved or repositioned as needed. The fabric is then guided along the edge of the magnet, which helps to keep the seam straight and even. They are a useful accessory for both beginner and experienced sewers. Bra foam is a type of foam material that is commonly used in making bras, swimwear, and other types of lingerie. It is lightweight, flexible, and durable foam that provides a smooth and seamless look under clothing. For those of you who own the drafting pattern ebook, if you need a pattern for easy reference or to compare with your own drafted pattern for all ebook buyers from me, the pattern will always be free of charge. Please contact me via email with the subject line, product code, and provide me with your bust, waist, and hips measurements. The product code can be found in the video title for those who purchase the sewing pattern. If you have two different sizes, please click on Add your personalization and input your measurements before making the purchase. The pattern will be made according to your measurements and sent to your payment email address within 1 to 3 days. I do not charge any additional fees for this service because what you invest, your time, effort, and money, you deserve the dress that is perfect for you. Print the pattern at 100% scale, then piece the sections together without overlapping the pages. Cut out the pattern pieces. This is the fabric cutting layout. Cut out the pattern pieces according to the cutting layout and mark the notches. Next, match the notches and pin the front pieces together. Sew the seams with a 1.27 cm seam allowance. And press seam open. Fold the rough edge against the seam and top stitch. This method helps to tidy up and clean the wrong side of the dress. Next, sew the breast cup pieces together, 1.27 cm away from the fabric edge. Trim the seam allowance down to 0.5 cm. Fold the fabric edge towards the second breast cup piece and top stitch. When I was making the dress pattern, I didn't think that I needed to use bra foam to make the breast cups. However, at this point, I realized that it was necessary to use foam to shape the bust, so I cut about 2 millimeters from the seam line. I will add the missing pieces to the pattern, so you don't need to worry about it if you buy the pattern. Only those who develop the pattern need to pay attention to this step. Next, sew 2 pieces of foam together. If your sewing machine has a zigzag stitch, just place the edges of the 2 foam pieces together and sew them, making sure not to overlap them. Since my sewing machine doesn't have a zigzag stitch, I will hand sew it. I will overlap the 2 pieces and then open them up later. Next is the shoulder strap. Fold the fabric in half and press it. And then fold the 2 rough edges of the fabric towards the wrong side of the fabric, with the rough edges close to the fold line, then top stitch. Measure the length of the shoulder strap and cut off the excess. Clip the shoulder strap between the 2 breast cup pieces, pin and sew them together. Use scissors to trim the seam allowance, 2 millimeters away from the seam line. Be careful not to cut the seam line. Turn it over to the right side and press it. I will have to trim off the sharp edge of the foam. I have added the foam pattern to the dress sample, so those who buy the pattern don't need to adjust the foam. Insert the foam cup between the 2 breast cup pieces. Then clip them at the underbust. Determine the right side and the wrong side of the breast cup. The wrong side is the side of the fabric that touches our skin. On the wrong side of the breast cup, the fabric will overlap 2 millimeters and be sewn at the bottom. Cut off the excess fabric of the wrong side of the breast cup. Then clip the breast cup and skirt together, sewing 1.27 centimeters away from the fabric edge. Do the same with the other side. Serge the fabric edge and finish the underbust line. Move to the back. Serge or zigzag the fabric edge at the center back. Because my overlock machine is broken, so I use bias binding method to complete the seams. Pin and sew them 1.27 centimeters away from the fabric edge. Use scissors to trim the seam allowance, 2 mm away from the seam line. Be careful not to cut the seam line. Turn it over to the right side and press it. Mark the location of the zipper. Pin the right sides together, and then sew the center back seam 2 centimeters from the edge of the fabric. Press the seam open. Position the zipper in the center of the seam line and temporarily attach it to the seam allowances using basting stitches. You can use basting glue to hold the zipper tape in place while sewing, which can be helpful. Unpick the center back seam from the neckline down to the point where you stopped backstitching. Next, attach an invisible zipper foot to your sewing machine. Put the fabric and zipper under the foot. Gently roll out the zipper teeth and sew. Trim away excess zipper tape. Match the right sides of the back and the facing together and sew close to the zipper edge. Cut away the top corner of the zipper and turn it right side out. Finally, fold up the hem by 1.27 centimeters and sew. I have shown you the steps to sew the princess dress. I hope the video is easy to understand and you can follow along with the instructions. If you like this video, don't hesitate to like it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. If you find my video helpful, please share it with your friends who also enjoy sewing. I really appreciate your spreading the word. See you next time. Goodbye.